and it was kind of hindering my desire a little bit. It was kind of making me feel discouraged. Are you? What the? Oh, bro! What are you doing?
We still gotta get Mike, I guess now. I'm kidding, Boss Arcade on here sometime when I'm not dying. Oh my gosh, I have a freaking hiccup, and like every hiccup, I can taste the pepper again, and I hate it so much. Like, imagine your worst nightmare, like it coming for you, and every time you burp, he just shows up. Like that's what it feels like right now. My life is a living nightmare.
PTSD in food form.
Oh my god, that is like the perfect way to describe it,
the
bro.
best analogy,
I'm just
man.
over here, just like chomping on some bread.
Like you think
Come on,
everything's
Reebok, good.
fine, and then all of a sudden you get
Thank
a
you so
burping
much,
flashback.
Shark. Hydrate. Thank you. Yeah. Yay, Shark. Welcome. Yeah, we got Cat Mess, we got Base, we got the Big Boss.
Yes.
We got anybody and everybody in here today. I'm just watching both streams. Actually, I hope you're muted on. Okay, good. We should be running into any issues.
Cat, you haven't missed anything really. We're just kind of getting warmed up here and getting her all set up, and
I'm just surviving. Honestly, like I feel like, well, they sent it to the wrong building, so I had to get up and like go over there, and like everything just sloshed around, and so like it was even worse. And I had to go back upstairs, bro. Okay. Oh, hydrate. Okay, Shark. I will hydrate just for you. Okay.
Base, that could
Let's hydrate.
That could make your bones so strong they break. Cheers, bro. Your indigestion and heartburn.
Got milk? There we go. That's Wisconsin Q. We'll see if we can. Well, let's call them up and send them that picture. See if they let us advertise it.
I almost spit my water out. I'm laughing hard at you, bro. I love you, man, but
There, come my mustache with my bread.
Yeah, just lightly dab your lips with the. Now you're getting bougie. You're being posh over there with your bread.
Dude, all I had for, because I was like, well, shoot, I don't know what to have for a pepper. Like, what do I do? Like, do I just stick with, hey, boss, how's it going? It's like, do I just stick with eating nothing? And I was like, I better eat something so it has something to destroy in my body. Because if I don't, we're in trouble. And then when it like went to the nerve endings or whatever, like that was what I lost. I had my wisdom teeth pulled, and like when I bit into the pepper, it exploded, and it landed like right on the nerve endings. And I just, oh my gosh,
that makes it a punishment.
I do not recommend that if you're going to celebrate hitting goals. Do not. More milk. Oh my gosh. Well, I can only do so much, Shark. If I do too much, I potentially might throw it up. So I see the hydrates. We will do them, but like we gotta be careful here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a very short podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yakking with the YakPom podcast. No, literally. Kidding.
Blah. No, serious.
Yeah, Cat, I hear you. I love OBS. Boss, I don't. Okay, so I don't like vanilla almond milk.
We're surviving.
But chocolate almond milk, I'm there.
Okay, wait, bro. Wait, bro. So like, there's vanilla almond milk, and then there's like the normal almond milk. There's original.
I've never had original. Well, I think I've tried original and vanilla. I don't like either of those, but
original is better because then you can mix it with like the Nesquik and stuff, and it's good. But like, just the vanilla one is way too sweet. It is way too sweet and too nutty.
I don't like vanilla flavored things in general, anyway. Outside of ice cream and even vanilla ice cream.
How am I doing? I'm here, aren't I?
I will
What
pass.
more do you want? What more do you want from me? I already gave you everything that I have to give today. I don't think I can give much more. Like, I was like, we're going to do the pepper challenge, and then afterwards we're going to play games together, and it's going to be,
no, you're not.
It's not happening today.
Cat, we noticed that you had sent the Pepto in there. And
huge shout out to Cat Mess.
Yeah,
go check her out.
Thank you for
absolute sweetheart. I gotta get my straw for it yet. I gotta pop the hole. Yeah, I don't like sweet stuff. Some stuff I don't mind, like dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's like semi-sweet, whereas like milk chocolate's like almost too much. Depending on what it is, like Dove.
I still think you need a sippy straw on that pepper.
Dude, there's confetti everywhere in here. Like, I'll be posting some Twitter updates on the experience here. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's
Cat Mess is a food veteran. She knows what you
Mhm.
need when you need it for what food.
Cat mess.
She will not steer you wrong.
I don't know. I feel like should I be taking shots of Pepto every so often? Like, I feel like that's what I need to do. Just like
A Pepto bomb instead of a Jaeger bomb. Pepto Bismol and Red Bull. Oh man, I don't know if that'd revive
whoa.
anybody. That sounds like a gut wrencher right there.
I
Think it
don't
might,
think that means what you think
dude.
it
I
means.
just invented the new YouTube challenge. Pepto bombs. Oh, oh, look at that
Don't mind
chalky
me.
thick goodness just flopping onto it. Oh,
I feel like we need like is this podcast becoming just like an ad for commercial over the counter drugs?
might be.
You gotta go have fun once again. I dare you. I eat ice cream for the heartburn. I was eating ice cream and like I upchucked it because like I saw Rhett and Link do it like a few years back, and then like, oh, we just need some vanilla ice cream, and I look, and then I'm just like, wait, what the blah? And I just threw up on stream, and I'm like, Rhett and Link, my heroes, lied to me. They lied to me. What is this? And everybody's like, yeah, it's got sugar in it. Don't do it. Yeah, ice cream is the worst
It's
idea for heat. I know that now. I learned. See, I
well,
learned something.
it's like I was telling you before we got on
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
before we got on the podcast. Ice cream's not the worst way to go if you're like just a big sissy and you've had a little hot sauce and you just can't handle it. But I mean, when you're doing
Oh
stuff like
man.
ghost peppers, Carolina Reaper peppers, stuff
Bye
like
bye,
that,
Tonic. We'll catch you
uh,
later.
ice cream's a big no-no. Yeah, buddy.
Oh my gosh. And
Drink,
actually, like
drink, drink.
my whole mouth just like feels coated in Pepto. But literally, the sensation is like, you know how cats lick you with the sandpaper tongue? Imagine that for your throat and like eating bread or like anything salt. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like, not even kidding. For the NyQuil challenge. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Base.
that sounds like a terrible idea and a very long nap.
Oh man, I'm probably gonna be trying the rest of the day. I can't do too much spice. It will give you really bad heartburn. Specifically, there's tomato in it. Oh my gosh.
Yep, yep.
I mean, Shark, if you want to do a reaction video to the pepper challenge video, you sure could. I mean, if you want to do that on TikTok too, that's fine. I'm gonna be making a lot of content with that video. I feel like literally, I kid you not, like my brother came in with his wife and like you saw Boss Arcade and Chapow Kapow. Shoot, I got it wrong. They told me to say it the right way and I got it wrong again. But I literally sat there and while like he was talking, I literally stopped and was like, I feel like I lived more in those 11 minutes than I have in like the last hour or two. Like it feels so long. Like that whole 11 minutes was so long because so many emotions and things happened. Like I couldn't I literally stopped and I like had an out of body moment of like going back to the experience. And then I was back and he's like, yeah, we should do that sometime. I'm like, yep, we should. And I had no idea what he was saying. I'm sorry. If you're listening, Boss Arcade, I'm sorry. I only phased out for like 5 seconds when that thought happened.
Hey, I heard him
Um,
say he should be part of the podcast, so
oh, we are
we're
going
gonna
to
hold him
be
to that.
Hey,
We're gonna
dude, no,
twist his leg till he
he's
jumps
wanted
in.
to. Just got to figure out schedules. We got to talk about that later too.
No,
But
I
yeah,
know because
absolutely, Shark Skin Game.
he's busy.
Absolutely.
Hard to line it up.
Well, he said some things were changing. I was talking with him about it afterwards. Like, yo, God Dark Death, welcome back. Love your new icon. Excuse me. I'm sorry if I'm burping. I apologize. It's only because I ate a little something earlier. Like, I'm sorry to inconvenience you.
You tell him, bro.
Me
You
as I
tell him.
stare intensely in the camera. Like, for those who are listening to the podcast, like, what, why is he yelling? Like, attached to this podcast will be that video. Like, this, we're gonna be talking about like celebrating and setting goals and like learning to have fun,
Yes.
with the stream. Like, let me tell you, like, I will say,
Hey, Rebel, how you doing?
as much fun as that was, I would never do the pepper challenge again, and I don't recommend doing it unless you're a trained professional. What the heck you're doing? I had to have my own family members come in with milk and save me. I gotta go. Sorry. Sounds good. Sharks Game. We'll catch you later, Selfie.
You are freaking out.
You guys hit that link I
Man.
just dropped for the shout out.
Dusty Pinky.
That's right. Follow the man, the myth, the legend, the bald,
The
beautiful.
miracle.
That sounds like that should be
Yo,
like a
Roman K, thank you for the subscription.
Ooh, sub hype, we love it. That sounds like it should be a like a
Roman K, love the
parody,
name.
a parody soap, The Bald and the Beautiful, starring Rebel Dusty
Oh my
Pinky.
gosh, Alex
That'd be
Tusk, thank
amazing.
you so much for the subscription. Wait, where are all these coming from? What am I missing? What
Uh-oh.
I don't know where
Uh-oh.
the subs are coming from. Yo, big boss, thank you so much for coming in with the subs. My goodness.
That
Okay.
a boy, very nice,
I'm
very
gonna have to
nice.
I'm gonna have to make a notation to like
Sub hype.
sub hype. I'm sorry, I'm not eating any more peppers today. Oh my gosh.
We're
Like,
doing good, Rebel. My
we're
brother
doing
is
fantastic.
my brother's trying not to evaporate into thin air as a Carolina Reaper
Dude,
pepper
cat
rots him from
mess.
the inside
Seriously
out,
though, cat mess.
and I almost have my
This
computer
little
fixed.
bottle, like I would personally be drinking it, but I don't want to set a bad example. But like, it changed my life. It changed my life.
He eats a Carolina Reaper, almost dies, and then doesn't have the Pepto because that might be the bad example. What, bro?
Rock the Rocky.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we're
Just
both
kidding,
we're
just
both on the
kidding.
yak. We're both on the that. Yeah. Whoop! I told you I would save you. You did. I appreciate it.
8 liters of
Absolutely.
milk.
Like oh man. Like, cause literally now I've got a bunch of milk. I'm literally just gonna be if anybody hydrates, which yeah, I saw that shark.
I've been pushing the water. I made a beef pot roast that was absolutely amazing, but it turned out a little salty. But I mean, that's good. You want to
Wait,
do a lot
who's
of
this
salt with a
man
pot.
next to you? Do you
Oh,
God dark
so
do you,
good.
have I not introduced the nautical yak, my true in real life brother from another mother?
I've seen God Dark around in I think Rebel Dusty Pinky's chat before, and I think
Yeah,
here's a few times.
he's
But
been around. Super cool
what's
dude.
up? What's up, guy? God, how you doing?
Yeah, that is my true in real life brother. You might have seen my other brother, also known as Mike the Milkman.
Mike the Milkman. Oh no.
I
That might be a
I
sticky
literally stopped
nickname
and
now.
thought about it, and I was like, that's gonna be the new thing. Like, well, we have another visit from Mike the Milkman, and you know what? You guys can just call me Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We got the milkman coming
What's
in.
up, God
We
Dark?
just need to get a
Good
mailman.
to see you, guy. Good to see you.
Yak Man the mailman. We could have a whole series, man. We could make
Oh,
this happen. A new
I-
YouTube original.
I had the nickname the Milkman for a while back in the day, but that's another story for another time.
Oh man. Like that milk cart that broke down at our house.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, that's my brother. We both started streaming back in the day, and like, oh man, we've been committed to it ever since.
GoPom started first, and he was twisting at me, dropping the seed, telling me I should do it, and I'm like, But after
you
a few
disappointed?
months, he
I didn't
ground me
think
down.
so.
We got in. So
It was pretty easy.
no
I
looking
like
back
just
now.
I clipped his horns and said he couldn't have him back until he did at least one stream, and look where we're at now.
I told you
right
we
in
weren't going to
11.
tell people about that.
Hornless in Seattle coming to a movie theater near you this 2021.
But luckily for me, I got my horns back, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
Dragon Games, how goes it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exclusive.
All right, we're not gonna wear that for the whole stream. I've got that set aside for other goofy things planned in the. Yeah, I got my horns.
Yes. Okay. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel like, man, I feel. I don't know how I feel. Like
What's up,
now,
bros?
I feel like I've had my milk. I feel like I'm ready for a nap. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Got
I will
Bob.
be as energetic as I can. But I've had so much milk. I've had some Pepto Bismol, as you've seen, and oh, everybody's fantastic.
Absolutely love it. Well, I suppose before too much time gets by, should we maybe start talking about goals?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, Yak was just like, what should we talk about? And then I literally just stopped and was like, you know what? We should talk about celebrating and like setting goals. Like, because I feel
Yes.
like just recently Twitch dropped like the 2020 like recap of like how many videos you did, how many hours you put in and stuff. And like I saw that Mziety had posted like, hey, like what does everybody feel about this? What do you think? And some people are like, I'm kind of sad. Like I've kind of just been avoiding them because I feel like a lot of people are better than me or something. And like I think that's such an easy trap to get into when you're starting out streaming. And like I have days sometimes too. I look at others and I'm like, how is it they're super successful and I'm not? Or like why haven't I achieved that level of it? And everybody's on a different journey. Everybody has different opportunities. And I think you need to be grateful for what you have and like I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for the Yak and like the community that we had. We moved from Mixer to Twitch, and we thought we were gonna like lose everything, and it was kind of like game over. But it has been an
Bro,
amazing, amazing journey. It's been, I think it was the best thing we ever did, honestly.
yeah, we're already both well past the point we were at. You know, I'm not super, you know, but we're past where we were on Mixer anyway. And a lot of you know us from there, and we're like,
Better viewers
the
than a
the
streamer.
community made it a lot easier, honestly. And I know GoPom will attest to this too. Like, we were worried that we would never see most of you guys again, and
Yeah,
here
that
most of you
was
regulars, you've been faithful soldiers. Like, we love you guys to death. We appreciate you being in our chat so much. Yeah, absolutely. The whole heart thing. I'm a little old for that stuff, but all right, we'll do it anyway.
Larry would have been Larry was crying himself to sleep because he thought
He was.
everybody was gonna be gone. But like he's so happy. Yeah, I know it's great.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
loves everybody. It's fantastic. Yeah,
I could hear him
he's
crying
got his
from
eye
across
on you.
town.
It was rough. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. Like it
Stay away, bro.
it was great. Yeah, Big Boss, same. I mean, better viewer
Oh,
than a
man.
streamer. Nah, you're fantastic. Yeah, we didn't move, we were evicted, right? But I mean, honestly, like that was the thing, is like I've tried to like surround myself with people who have amazing potential to grow as streamers in a community, and like focus on like wow, like instead of looking at everybody else and what they did, because like I'm not a full-time content creator. I have to work a full-time job. I have bills to pay like everybody else. And I wish I could do full-time content creation. That would be super awesome. But I celebrate the small victories that we have. Like we celebrated 10K recently. We're at 11K right now on TikTok since last year. And so we've been kind of branching out
Yeah.
and growing, and
Crazy.
it has been phenomenal. And so that's why I did the Carolina Reaper challenge. And I wish I stuck with the sprinkles video. I wish I just bought 10,000 sprinkles. I
Nope.
promise you
Not
it would
as
have been a
good
lot easier.
for you. Oh,
I will
man.
never do a pepper like food challenge like that again. It only because it hit the nerve endings. It hit the nerve endings. When I chomped on it, it was dried, it exploded, and it went right in my gums where my wisdom teeth were pulled. And so I was like in physical pain because all the nerve endings were shooting. And people were like, don't drink it, don't have any ice cream, don't have any ice cream. And I'm like, I'm going to die if I don't have this right now. But we survived. We made it. We had a few bites of ice cream. We didn't like continually eat it, but like it helped. But like I was laughing, I was crying, and I feel like that easily describes like our journey. But like we got to celebrate those things. We got to have fun with those things. Like
So one thing I want to talk about, like for me, especially, I would say in like my first 8 to 12 months of streaming, I was setting, you know, small goals. So one thing I've learned is you want to set goals, but you want to get kind of specific, right? You want one or two kind of big goals, like, hey, this is where I want to be in a year or in 5 years. But then you want to really get deep and detailed into it. You want to go, what do I need? You need to think about, what do you need to do to reach that final goal? Where do you start? You find your starting point and you set a goal off of that, but you have to make it a realistic goal as well, right? Because, you know, I could have watched Summit 1G and Dr. Disrespect and said to myself, I want to be at 40,000 followers in 1 year. And okay, that would have been a big goal, but it would have been setting myself up for a lot of failure and disappointment because it's really, really, really unrealistic, right? So
what? Never.
you
You can do it.
yeah, I know. I mean, that's not a terrible first goal, but what I'm trying to get at is you want to set goals that are realistic, and that if you don't quite make it, you're still gonna be like getting close. You know what I mean? You don't want to set yourself up
Progress is
for
progress.
so much disappointment. And make sure that you keep it as a goal, right? So that if you do fall short, you don't quite make it, you're not super disappointed and hating yourself, right? Sorry, my camera is really shaking right now. I've got it on my monitor.
It really means a lot to you. Yeah, gosh. The
You
camera's
just
like,
feel the vibes, man.
the camera's feeling the vibes. The camera's like, yes, brother Yak. Yes, we got you.
Hey,
We hear
God
you.
Dark, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you, my guy. You have yourself a great weekend. I'm sure we'll see you around. Yeah, Base, we're the guys from that cheese store. But Yeah, so in the beginning I was setting goals. So like I think I started at 16 followers. Um and then
Didn't you have
I
like 50?
I grew to, no, I started at 16, dude. Dead
Well, I'm saying
serious.
like your next goal was like
Um
50, I thought.
and then yeah, somewhere in there I started setting goals of like reach 50, reach 100, reach 150, reach 200, and you start slowly bumping up from there. And you know what? If you set a time limit for yourself on those goals and it's not quite enough time by the time you run out, it's okay. It's okay.
Patience.
That's not a stopping point by any means. That's simply a quick moment to pause and reflect and go, okay, I've done a great job of getting closer to this goal. What have I done right? And what can I improve? And I know in some of my past streams, some of you have seen where I've like gone into the deep, dark places. I like to call it the archives of some of my first stream
Oh
footages
my
that I have recorded,
gosh.
some of my first VODs that I have on my hard drive. And it's so fun for me even to watch because I can see how much I've grown, not only as a creator and a streamer, but as a person in general. And it's really fun to be able to go and look back. But if you don't reach a goal, don't get disappointed, don't quit, don't toss the towel in, right? That's a moment to just reassess and go, okay, you know what? I didn't reach 250. I'm only at 212. But I did a great job getting to 212. What can I do to amp it up a little bit and keep going for that 250 and then soar past it, right? So when I was beginning, I set a lot of my goals off numbers. And this is another main point I really want
Oh geez.
to hit home. That's not always the best thing either. It was a good driving force at first when things were going, you know, starting to pick up and get really
Analytics,
aggressive.
statistics,
Um,
stats.
my brother and I found a kind of a niche thing with our follower fun day Sundays on Fortnite,
Oh
and
my
we were
gosh,
we were
those were
starting to
the
kind of blow up kind of hard with that, and it was great to see. But then when I walked away from Fortnite, my growth slowed down. Not dramatically, but it was enough that when I started looking at the numbers as goals, I started to get a little bit down. I started getting a little sad. And it was kind of hindering my desire a little bit. It was kind of making me feel discouraged. Are you what the oh bro, what are you doing?
It's all going
Look
to sink
away.
my
Look
thing,
away,
like the
Mr.
second tomorrow.
Peepers. Look away. He's being gross. Oh my god.
Dude, but
I love
I
you, bro.
remember
Pepto
you.
on
I
the
remember
bread.
that. I remember like Fortnite because I remember you would stream like almost full time, like a full time job was, for hours on end for like Fortnite and stuff, and like
Yeah.
it just burned out
Yeah,
for
I really
you.
did. And that, that's another great point. Like, you need to make sure your goals stay just that, goals. Something that you strive towards, but you
hmm
don't base everything on. Like, I got to a point where I was focusing too much on the goals and it started to hurt me then. Um, so just make sure that when you're setting goals, make them realistic. Have that big main goal where you're trying to shoot for the stars, but make sure that you're setting healthy goals, attainable goals, goals that you are pretty
Set
sure
goals
you can make.
goals that motivate you and that you're passionate about. Like
Yeah.
I think we've learned so much like via having started on one platform, moving to a new platform. I feel like we're more polished and we have more of a great mindset. Whereas when we first started, we didn't know squat. We had to do all the research. Remember, the Yak was like pouring over hours and hours on end and just feeding to me these nuggets of truth, and I
I
would apply them.
was.
Listening to Ashley Christ, watching people like Cat Mess and Robolusty Pinky, and like learning from different people and learning how can I add my own spin to it? Like, how have they fostered and built this community? Do I like this or not? If you give a yak a cookie, he will want a glass of milk. If you give him a glass of milk, he will tell his herd. If he tells his herd, they will stampede. And if they stampede, oh my gosh, dude, there's a book right there. Write that. Write that right now.
Why not to give a yak milk? Oh, Frozen. That's great. Love it. Love it.
Throw some T-ball
Got
goals and
my
have some home runs so you can reach some money. Yeah, but I mean that's the other thing
set
too,
them
is I
up
think this
base.
is the biggest fall point
Yes, Pink.
of beginning streamers. The one person that you want to compare yourself to and compete with when you are starting out is the person in the mirror you see every morning.
Yes.
If you start going, man, I want to become the next ninja, which is like a huge, huge thing that like a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon because they want to become the next ninja. What you don't know about Ninja, and if you don't do history, and check on the background, is he didn't just blow up overnight. He had been in
No.
the e-gaming and esports industry for over like I think 5 to 10 years, if not more.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm
and
not
he
an
was in the
expert.
right place at the right time because he had already established that. You need to
Yeah.
start small, learn from other content creators who are like-minded around you, people who want to help lift you up and support you. Find people that you get along with. I think the problem is some people will look at some big streamer that they don't relate to, that they just know a name of, and they'll look at their content and they'll latch on, and it's not really them. A lot of people are worried about, I need to play the right video games, which does affect some things, but you need to have fun. The whole goal is you need to have fun. Let's see. I see Larry in the mirror in the morning. Is that normal?
Base.
Base, if you see Larry in the mirror, you run, and don't you dare say Bloody Larry 3 times or you're in big trouble.
Yeah, I think Ninja, he had streamed for like 8 years or something before he just blew up with Fortnite. It was just a random thing, but he was grinding for a long time
Oh, yeah.
to get to that point. People don't realize that. People, Ninja kind of popped into everybody's living rooms through a
Radar,
stream.
yeah.
At the same time, Fortnite blew up, and people think, oh, he just started with Fortnite. No, he was grinding for a long time. That's why he did so well with what he had when it happened. He knew what to do. He was
Uh-oh.
ready.
Frozen
Bloody
Fox,
Larry.
don't do it.
Right.
Don't.
But yeah, like my brother said, find like-minded people. Like when I found Rebel Dusty Pinky on Mixer, like he was definitely higher up where I wanted to be trying to get to with my streaming. And I had so much fun in his streams and learning from him because
Dude, you were giggling like a
Rebel
schoolgirl telling me about him. Admit
Re-
it. Just
I
don't deny it.
I was Rebel fanboying a little bit, but that's all right
Oh,
because
we
he's a
all were.
cool dude.
The only
And
man
he,
with three first names, right?
yeah, exactly. But it was finding someone I could relate with that would, communicate back, willing to help other people, and I love you, Rebel. But no, like it was good to meet Rebel and Cat Mess and so many other people that he knows because it was a community. It was a group of like-minded people that were doing and wanted to do what I was doing. And you can bounce things off each other, you can encourage each other, and that really can help and make a big difference. Otherwise you're kind of lost and you just drop in someone's stream, you try to ask them a question. Sometimes it just gets blown off and nobody helps you out or answers you. So try to establish some of those connections. One of the big things that I started doing, and that GoPom has done as much as he can with his work schedule, was networking. I had all the free time in the world,
Oh man, I
so I
was
was
so
able to sit
jealous
and
of you, bro. I was
yeah,
jealous during that time. Not no bull. I was like, I'd be at work driving in the middle of who knows where in North Dakota, and I'm just like, I literally would like come back and be like, yeah, I just found this amazing streamer and they went and hosted me for this and like I've been talking and stuff. I'm like, wait, they dropped like 10 people into your chat and like you just chatted with them and like you had this conversation. Now you're friends on Discord. I'm like, and I would pop up into stream or something and be like, hey, and that's it. And I'm like, how is the Yak doing this? How is the Yak like reaching these people, reaching goals? And I'm like, he has the time and like they had different stream schedules, but I was just like, I was so glad that I had the Yak making these awesome connections, meeting these new people. So it'd be like, yeah, here's my younger brother. And it's like, oh, but I'm a cool younger brother. We're perfect
right.
match.
Yeah, but I got to toot your horn a little bit, and I mean,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
now
yeah. It all worked out. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
it's kind of funny because now that I think about it, and we're talking about it. One of my goals, at one point, shortly after meeting Rebel Dusty Pinky, was to
Yes.
get on the stream team. That was
I
one of my
remember
goals,
that.
and I didn't know if I'd ever reach it.
Dude, I
So
remember
like,
that on Mixer. I remember like at the end of the
they're
year,
just
like
blessed,
before
man.
before
Feels
everything
blessed.
flopped with Mixer, my goal was to become part of the Street Rebellion stream team and become a Mixer partner. And there was something else, and I don't remember what it was. I had like 3 or 5 goals, and I would talk about them so much. And now I'm like, once Mixer fell, I was like super down. But then on Twitch, within like a matter of 48 hours, we were back up to 1,000 followers. And I was just, like, shocked, but it just goes to show,
Right.
if you invest and dedicate the time and you foster an awesome community, they have your back. They will be there for you. I love each and
Yes.
every one of you, and I'm so grateful for you all being here. Like, we can't do we wouldn't feel as encouraged to do what we do. I think we would still do it anyway, but it's one of the amazing things we get to celebrate and have a heart of gratitude about, you know?
Yeah. Like I've always been amazed, like, especially when I've done
With
like
a
test
beard like
streams,
that, yeah.
when I'm just yeah, right. When I do test streams and I'm just
Do you
trying
not
to
watch
figure some
test
things
streams?
out, I would have tons of people come in and hang out, or I'd get hosts from people. And like all of a sudden this unplanned stream would just be bigger than some of my planned streams. And it's all because of so many awesome people in the community. Like, and that's one of those unforeseen things I never thought would come from streaming. But I mean, once we got into it, started setting the goals, started going for them, it was great. In fact, I think Rebel Dusty Pinky's got a YouTube video out about his goals. Go check him out.
Yeah,
You throw that follow, be sure to follow the YouTube as well.
yeah.
I had a command for the giveaway, but my Mix It Up bot got wiped when I reset my PC yesterday. So I literally will be spending about 2 to 4 hours after stream rebuilding my Mix It Up bot. Um, but yeah, go click on his name
Yeah.
and check him
Yeah,
out.
all pushing the right track for exactly. I think
Yes.
we eventually found our grind and our secret sauce and then tonic. If you weren't here, y'all wouldn't have the passion for streaming that you do today. I mean, honestly, it's true. Like I remember like huge shout out to Drip Aspect, to Chelsea, Harry, Jordan, and Chloe. Like literally, I remember streaming
Oh man. Oh
from my bedroom from at my sister's place in Minnesota, and I was playing Breath of the Wild. I just got an Elgato capture card, and I'd gotten a laptop, and it was just me, and I was dealing with a lot of mental health stuff. And I remember like they would just hang out and watch me on the big screen and chat with me. And like it meant all the world for me for just one person to show up. I remember,
yep.
dude, do you remember like when we would stream and like we would see one person and God forbid like two people would show up?
I
Like
yes. When
and
we
just the
so
excitement.
yes, so when me and GoPom were first starting, and there's still some of
Oh,
that
it's still
excitement, but
there.
it's not when you're first starting and setting those small goals, it's a
Oh,
big
how
deal
nervous I was,
even
like
more. But it was funny because GoPom and I, we don't talk daily as much now. We're both
yeah,
pretty
we're pretty
busy,
busy.
but we obviously still talk a couple times during the week. But when we were first starting, I would stream for like 6 or 8 hours, right? And I'd have one or two people maybe come in and leave. And then after my stream, I'd call up GoPom.
Yep.
Yo, bro, two people
Different.
stopped through my stream today. Like,
And I
we'd be
was
so
like,
excited.
"What? That's crazy!" Like, what game were you streaming at? What time did you do it? Like, I was like so obsessed with like finding out the sweet spot and the perfect time. Like,
But yeah, and it's still I mean it's still pretty awesome for each new follow.
oh,
Don't get me wrong.
absolutely.
One of my best friend's dad was the top salesman in the state of Wisconsin for multiple years. He worked for a hydraulic hose company, selling contracts to military companies. Blah blah blah. Anyway, people would I got to sit down and talk with him a lot of times. I'd hang out at my best friend's house, and then I'd end up talking with his dad here and there, and became just as good of friends with his dad. And one of the things that his dad always would say to me is, people ask me what my sales secret is. How do I sell over $50 million in parts on military contracts every year? And he
It
said,
wasn't the answer may surprise you. Just a disclaimer.
he would say, I say one at a time. You sell
Yeah.
one part, you sell one contract, you make one new connect, you build one person at a time through sale. And that's how I get to where I'm at now. Every single one matters, and every single one is part of the bigger picture, but you have to be willing to recognize that each and every little one is valuable. And that just blew me away. I thought it was
Mhm.
going to be some cheesy line, the
Cosmic,
sales
yeah.
pitch. Maybe he
Sell a
was giving
smile. Sell a
everybody,
smile.
a lifetime subscription to like Columbia Music House CDs or something. I didn't know what the big catch was, and that has never left me. I've always remembered that. And Big Boss, I saw your TikTok last night actually, where
TikTok,
you talk
Instagram,
about.
yeah.
Well, he does a
The
TikTok, which
empire,
actually
yeah.
it's absolutely about that. Yeah, the empire. You're building it one brick at a time, one person, one follow. Don't be discouraged if nobody comes through your stream this one day. Don't be discouraged if only one person comes in and they leave. It takes time. But once you start building, once you get that one brick, that one person that comes and chills, and then you get another person that comes and chills, and you get two
Man,
friends all of a
base,
sudden, and then you get
aspect.
3, and soon you've got 5, and then you've got 10, and it
That's like
steamrolls, and it goes and goes and goes. So just remember, it's a long grind when you get into streaming.
patience, huge
Build
deal.
it one brick or one person at a time. I guess I shouldn't have hyphenated person because people are real, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Wow,
You
wait,
know what I mean.
bro, are
Like,
are you making fake accounts? Like, is nautical yak a real thing, or is it like an aquatic yak?
no, but so for my flying streams from now on, I'm gonna title it Aerial Yak Creates, like aerial chaos or something like that. We're leaving the waters and we're taking the skies as a yak.
Oh,
But no,
man.
it's set those goals and remember that each and every little step, each and every person is not just someone that's gonna be your follower. Like they could be your next best friend.
Yeah.
And
We've made so many friendships.
build
We
a
made good
community.
ones. We've had a few bad ones. Bro, we won't say names, but there was
Bad
one
ones aren't
particular
even worth
person
remembering.
that got way too close, like to the point of finding out
Oh,
where we lived at the time,
yes.
and literally was like, "Hey, I just learned that you guys only live like a few hours away from me. We should hang out sometime." And I was like, "Excuse me?" It
Um,
is never appropriate to ask a streamer their first and last name, or for like any personal information for that matter, or their address or like what have you. Like it's at their discretion for what they share, but that should never be shared
but
in a public manner, or you shouldn't even feel the need to have to look that up. Like we
no.
stream, we have our distances, we have our own lives, and we like to keep it that way.
But Pinky, they're not stalkers. They're super fans.
They're
Yay!
super fans. Like, gosh, you should have seen that guy in
They're
Pinky's house
cable
the other
guy.
day. But yeah, as the Yak was saying, like I think that's it. Is just having a positive perspective on like community building. Like if anybody takes the time to spend 1 minute, like 5 minutes in your stream, and they
They're
have an entire
Billies.
life like you do, and they're Billies. Oh my gosh, that'll be
Yes,
the
they
new
are.
thing.
Oh my gosh, where'd he
From
go?
now on, super fans are called Billies, but he has a Billy Goat Scruff. But genuinely, keep that perspective in mind. If anybody takes the time to hang out and spend time with you, make it worth their while. If you invited a
Yeah,
friend over to your house, you'd be like, "Hey, just want to watch me play video games." Like, no, you would have a conversation with them. You'd ask them how their day was going. You'd make them feel welcome, and maybe you'd invite them to play a game, or you would set up a day to do it again. Like that's how I've tried to view everything,
yes,
and just doing it one at a time, as the Yak says, and even as Boss says, like that's the easiest and simplest way to do it. Otherwise, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this." Be yourself, have fun, and once you start finding that you're hitting those goals, celebrate them. Like, dang, you hit 100 followers. That's awesome. You want to do a giveaway? That's awesome. Honestly, giveaways are a fantastic way to like appreciate people who've been with you for a while, as well as inviting new people to come in and have a little bit of incentive to like show up and like see what the
absolutely.
hub's about.
Yeah, like because I mean, we were when Gopal and I were doing like, and I know I refer to this a lot, but it was kind of a secret sauce thing that worked really well for us when we were doing this follower fun day Sundays. We had such great growth.
Oh man.
Luckily, my brother here had a connection on codes for the Minty pickaxe, so we did a giveaway. Yes, I had to think about that.
Dude, I gotta share
And
that story again.
we'll
But
get there. We'll get there. Hold on. But so we talked and we did this thing where like, if you were been there or if you were a new follower, we do this giveaway, and that worked really well too. So and that's kind of a down the road thing. Like, don't go so far with trying to reward people that you can't pay your bills.
build
Don't be
value. Build
don't be
value.
like trying to do big giveaways that hurt your wallet. If you can afford to give away something on an Xbox card or something, that's great. It's fantastic, but don't feel like you have to do that. Find other ways to reward the community. Like, for instance,
Dream
GoPom
loots.
earlier today doing the Carolina Reaper challenge pepper thing. Like, he's gonna pay for that for a while
I
yet.
am
But
paying dearly for that. Yeah.
but
Gift hugs. I love that, boss.
it was a great reward for the community to be able to come in and watch you sweat and drool and cry a little bit.
Oh,
You know, not that we want you to hurt, but I mean, a little
yeah.
bit of pain is
It's
kind of funny.
I mean, honestly,
You
that's
know.
just it. It's like to me, it's I love entertaining people. I love using humor to build relationships. And wow, relationships, man, that's bad. I know, right?
Oh
Pun intended.
man.
Yeah. But yes, you are for a few days. I know Drag Game. That's why we did it Saturday. Like I'm probably gonna be regretting it Monday. But it's because I was like, it's something unique and new. We did the hot chocolate, like filling up a bathtub with hot chocolate. Just because why not? Like I love doing crazy things. Like when I was a kid, I was like, if I had all the money in the world or I could do these things, what would they be? Like, and people would be like, that's stupid. Why would you do that? And I'm like, because I can. Like, I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining. It's enjoyable. And so for the Carolina Reaper challenge, I was like, you know what? It's cheap. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. I wish I'd done a bit more research. The YouTube video is going to be probably clipped quite a bit. I did have to have ice cream. Like it literally hurt so bad. But it was a lot of fun. It was a great way to
I love you. Bro.
Gosh, I have hiccups from it. Darn it. It's like the Reaper's trying to speak for me. Stay down there.
Right?
And I'm so grateful for everybody that stopped by. Like, I don't know. To me, it's you got to celebrate the little things and the big things. Like, because otherwise,
Yes.
then you're just sitting there and you're like, I'm not really a streamer until I hit like this fixed number of like 666 followers or something. I just feel like that's the number I need to hit to like, make this happen.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
Focus on hitting a realistic number, but like when you hit those numbers, celebrate. Have a good time. What are you doing, Yak? What are you doing?
Things are breaking over here. That's what I'm
Things are
doing.
breaking over there. That's okay. Things happen all the time. But
Oh.
I'm losing my train of thought.
Uh-oh.
The ADHD is kicking in. ADHD is kicking in, everybody.
Okay, we're all good. Don't worry about it.
Like celebrate those victories. Get excited. Get your community excited. Like honestly, as I've said before, like if people spend 5 minutes with you and they're willing to hang out with you and have a fun time and foster a relationship,
That's pretty
like
awesome.
for granted. Yeah, it's an awesome thing because there's a lot of people out there who don't have that, who feel lonely and are struggling right now with the world that is 2021. And I think there's a lot more people out there, and there's a lot more friendships and relationships you haven't done yet if you choose not to stream. If you are choosing to stream, which you are if you listen to this podcast or you just want to hear about our stories and the crazy things that we do, um, the more time you put in, the more effort you put in to build those relationships, I guarantee you it's gonna be worth your while. And you can't put a price on that. You just can't put a price on that.
No. Because we both grew up on the farm. I was like really actually against streaming.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like
Dude,
a few years ago.
I remember you backsassing I can't remember you backsassing Ninja or some other streamer. I just remember you were I think because Boss Arcade had started streaming, we're just like I can't remember what. We had like had a conversation about streaming, but you're just like, I was like, can you believe he's starting streaming? Like, I don't know. Like I was like, he's built for it, but like I just don't think he's gonna get as big as so and so. And like you had made some comment like it was like you gave a dad answer. You gave a dad answer.
Well, I just like for me, like I've always worked construction, worked farming, and it's easy to get in this mentality of because you're doing hard physical work, anyone else who isn't is like, lazy or a pussy, whatever you want to call it. So, I was definitely in the mentality of streamers just sit on their and play video games. Why is people giving them money and all this stuff? And my brother here just kept twisting my arm about it. So I started researching it. And once I started realizing what some of these people are doing here for their stream.
It's amazing, like hearing their stories, Daddy Yak. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Secretly the Yak Man, the Herd Avenger.
Rebel, from here on out, if you do not address me as Daddy Yak, we're gonna have a talk. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, I can switch on dad mode like that. I love it. Love it. Drink your milk. No, I'm just
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so I came from that kind of mentality of like, streamers don't do anything, but oh man, there is so much that goes into it. Pardon me. And now that I'm like 13 hours into rebuilding my PC since wiping it yesterday, it helps me kind of reappreciate all the work and time I put into things, because it takes a long time to set up something fun and something you love to do, but it's a passion, so it makes it easier. Pardon me.
Yeah, it's something. I definitely think it's something to celebrate. Like celebrating those things is really good, and celebrating. I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
Oh, the spankings. Sorry, I'm having a private convo with Rebel. Continue.
Continue. Yeah. Oh man, I think like that's. But it blows my mind. But like getting back to, oh gosh, I had it and I lost, and then I got it again. Okay, I swear it's the milk. I swear it's the milk or the pepper. I don't know what's fighting with what. Well, I do, but I don't. But like growing up, and like us doing, and like our mentality towards video games and stuff, like growing up on a farm. But I just remember like doing follower fun day Sunday, because Yak had talked about another streamer doing like a sub Sunday, and we both agreed it was a very smart and clever thing, and it was a great way to build community, get to know more people. And so we would do a dual stream. But I remember the day that we grew the most, the weeks that we grew the most, is we were doing giveaways for the, what kind of pickaxe is it again, Yak?
The minty pickaxe.
You sure it's not the Pinty pickaxe? Okay. Anyway,
It was
only
you
OGs.
messed up the way I messed up. I used to say the Pinty pickaxe.
Dude,
and I
just
still
said it
have to
like
think
that.
you said Pinty pickaxe.
Yeah, just the Rickroll.
Pinty mickaxe. You said pickaxe. I would switch the P and the M. I know you're trying to catch me here. I see what you're doing, bro. You stick with your peppers.
But what we did is we did an entire stream. So like, since I worked for Target, there was an incentive going on. It was like the height of like when Fortnite was like becoming fully mainstream. Everybody was jumping on, everybody was streaming it.
Yep.
And Target had a deal going on. If you bought one Fortnite item, you could get a code for this super awesome pickaxe. And so what we did is I went to all the stores that I worked at that were Targets, because I used to work at one. And I was just like, hey, do you have any? Could I have one? And the dude there, huge shout out to Wyatt. And the guy there that I knew was just like, hey, I'm gonna throw these away. Like, do you want all of them? And I like looked him in the eyes and I was like, wait, you're gonna throw every single one away? People are paying like $20 for these online. I didn't tell him that.
You're throwing the golden goose in the dumpster?
Yeah, pretty much. But like people were paying like $20, $15 for it. And I was just like, you know what? I was like, you know what? Can I take those off your hands? I would love to do a giveaway. It's the MIDI pickaxe. It's the minty. See, Shark can't even get it right now in the chat. But what we did is I got like, I think we gave away like over 60 pickaxes, if I'm not mistaken, 60 codes.
It was a lot.
But I literally traveled to every single one, and I'm like, people would like, here, have half a stack. And then I think there was only one store. They're like, no, we're keeping them. Like, you need to buy something. And I'm like, okay. And then another coke would come by. Here, you can have the rest. And so I gathered up all these, and what we did is we ran like matches. And so there's like 12 digits for the code. Every single match we would do, at the end of it, we would drop another 4 parts of the code, and you had to be a follower to enter in, because we had a special command in the bot setup. And we grew so much, and we were like super popular. I felt like we were hitting like the peak of like streaming for us. Like it was crazy and nuts. Like the people that were stopping in, the relationships that we were building, and like people around the globe, like people from South Africa were coming in because they can't get it in their country, and like Europe, and it was just blows my mind.
2 small brothers from Wisconsin co-streaming Fortnite. We organically grew to a point where we were having 40 or 50 people every weekend in the stream.
Without Hype Zone. Without Hype Zone.
Yeah, without Hype Zone coming through. Because
that's what blew my mind.
We found a glitch where they would come through in the prop hunt. They would actually come through when we did prop hunt, because it would go through top 10 rounds, and somehow prop hunt snuck
Because we
through
were
the
so close to
crack.
the victory royale
Yeah.
for the numbers. That's
Um,
what it was.
So, but I remember, like, if I go back, I've got a stat sheet because I was writing down every day. We were gaining that many followers that every day I was marking down new follows. And let's see it. The best month I had over like 300 new follows, I think. Like we were just crushing it. And we're slowly eking our way back towards that. We've got some things planned to try to get there individually each, I think. And I know we've got a few things we might want to do here.
No, nothing to do with
collab
peppers
on,
though
but
for either one of us going
no.
forward. I just want to make that very clear that it's not ever happening again. If we do anything, I'm putting sprinkles on a cake, and I've earned that cake. I've earned that cake, okay? And
Right?
and you know what? Honestly though, here's the thing. Here's something I do want to do eventually someday. I
Sprinkles are for
haven't even
winners.
discussed this with the Yak, but I know he would be down for it. When this is all over and this pans out, if you if you ever find yourself in Wisconsin, maybe we'll make this an event. We will go to Geeks Gaming or Geeks Mania in Appleton, Wisconsin. It's an arcade. You pay $15. You can play all the old arcade games as much as you want and pinball machines. We'll all hang out and we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
And we'll wear masks. You won't even recognize us. I'll be dressed up in Waldo with a mask. But
Well,
I'm just kidding.
we have talked about doing a meetup in the future, but I think we'll have to have some pretty significant numbers. So, I mean, that's one of those future goals we've got where it's a goal. We're not like, oh, shucks, we didn't have our meetup again today. Like,
Wait, Shark has some original content. Yak plus pepper equals good.
Well, thank you, Shark. Yeah, I'm thinking I might set your peppers aside there and see if I can come up with a nice goal here to reach in a few months. And maybe the Yak will do something like that.
Over here. I've like washed my hands and I'm like so afraid because can you imagine like doing the pepper challenge and then your cats love to smother your hands? Just let that sit in for a bit. That's what my worry was.
Petting your cats and they go to clean themselves.
Oh,
all of a sudden from the other room.
Cats just flying by pure flames out of the other end.
Oh, man. Poor Buddy. Thank you, Rebel. Thank you. Yeah, we're I mean,
yeah,
it's a big grind. The thing we had with the Follower Sundays was a kind of a niche thing. It worked great. However, I think my brother and I are both trying to be variety streamers, and to game something like Fortnite nonstop or another game.
Burnout, like we've talked about that before.
I already did the burnout. I don't want to do that again. So, especially for me lately, you guys have seen me do things like Microsoft Flight Sim, Jurassic World Evolution, things like that. Games that are more chill. I love my first-person shooters, but if it's not going well and I'm not enjoying the game, it's not that enjoyable of a stream. I mean, I know some people like watching reaction content a little bit or maybe watching people rage, but I don't like trying to rage. I like trying to have fun. And, you get the best side of me. Not that I'm necessarily trying to put on a character, but, you don't want to hang out with your brother or your best friend when they're having, like, their worst day. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Bro,
that's
the only time I like to hang out when we have, like, lightsabers and we're mad at each other. And we're like, stop it, hitting each other, like, jumping on the bed.
You giggle when you're mad? What a pussy. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm always the kind of person to like take it to like the one level that like, wait, they're like, oh wait, they're fighting with lightsabers. Like, no, we're just like, we're just complete idiots and morons.
You mean the guy who dipped his bread 15 minutes ago in Pepto-Bismol takes things to the next level? What? What?
Right,
what?
people. So if you're not watching the videos on YouTube and you're listening to the podcast in your car on the go, traveling, working out, or like just doing push-ups or something, or
we
like
love you
fondly.
We love you to death, eh?
Yes, we love you to death. Or you're staring at a portrait of Larry fondly. I highly recommend checking out the video. There's so many more reactions and things you don't see on YouTube that we do and that we discuss and talk about.
Yes.
But like I'm super excited. Wait, I'm gonna send you a pic on Discord of my new lights. That's awesome. Like,
yeah,
dude, that's a bright idea.
Oh, new lights. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier, Base, which is awesome. Glad you're setting up lights. But to be honest, when I read that, because I was reading it quick out of the corner of my eye, I thought it said, pick on Discord of my new highlights. I thought you were talking like hair dye or something.
Well,
I'm glad you read that out loud.
If Base gets highlights. Dude, okay, Base, promise me this, Base, promise me this, okay? If you can hit your goal, like, get highlights. I will pay for your highlights.
Pink
Tell you
highlight.
what, I will pay for your highlights if you can hit that goal by the end of the year. I'm setting it in stone right now. Mark this down. This is the podcast when we predicted this was
You
gonna
heard
happen.
it here first.
Heard it here first. I bought my revenge while worshiping Cthulhu when I'm mad. Ooh.
Frozen. Oh, that's
Yes.
funny, buddy.
Cthulhu. Oh my goodness.
Oh, so
But dude, that's the other thing. Like, I mean, and that's when it comes to celebrating like the different things, like set something up that isn't so costly. Like if you're starting
Yeah.
out as a streamer, I think that's the biggest problem is like there's a huge incentive to just be like, here, have $20 or have $10 and have this, and like you just get new followers, and then you start noticing they're leaving, and it's like, why is that? You haven't built the value, you haven't built the relationships yet.
yeah.
Let people get to know you first. I honestly, I like to do giveaways to get to meet new people and like as incentive now, but I like to give back. Like we have the sub realm and we like to celebrate people subbing and those sorts of things. And like the giveaways are fantastic for that. But if you're starting
They
out,
are.
like live on a budget. Once you get bigger and your community grows and you start getting funding in those things, go nuts, go crazy. Like if you're like Mr. Beast, go super crazy. Like
Yeah.
if I had that kind
Oh,
of money,
that's funny.
like I would get a hot tub and fill it up with hot chocolate. Like
That's funny you mentioned Mr.
and
Beast
redo the
because
video.
I was gonna add to your point there of not, you know, you don't have to break the bank with doing giveaways or rewards to the community. Yes, we'd all love to be Mr. Beast, buy a car lot and just give it to our favorite followers, you know, but it's like
No, just the car lot, not the cars. We keep those, but you get the car lot.
yeah, you get the
You
ground
gotta have a little bit
repart
of
on
a
what?
twist. A little bit of a twist. Like, yeah, he gave me this car lot. Isn't that great?
Oh man,
I'm
too
right there
funny.
at the check-in building. That's where I keep my bed.
But yeah, like because when I was starting, I remember. Oh, dude. So one of my very first goals when I decided to start streaming, it was okay. I'm going to take it serious. I'm going to study these people. I'm going to try to do these things and get to this point with my tech and my gear. And my first real milestone that I had for myself was 200 followers. Well, no, that was the second because remember, bro, when you were talking me into this, we each decided that if we could hit 100 followers on Mixer by the end of that year, that we knew what we
Dude!
were doing and we could make it as streamers. Remember that?
Dude, I remember. That is right. I remember we were like, 'cause we
100
were slowly
followers was our
hyping each
big
other
goal.
out. Our goal, like, and dude, we totally failed miserably. Dude, I
Oh
actually,
man, I
I remember
know.
the echo of those words. I remember saying that on stream. I think it
Yeah.
was one of our first podcasts. It's like, guys, we set out to get 100 followers on Mixer, and we apologize, but we completely failed. We're
Yeah,
sitting right now at
we
like
went way too
200 or like
far.
100. Like it was like double or I can't remember what it was. All I know is an obnoxiously larger number. And
Yep.
like that was when we knew if we could do it because and I think it was because we had seen some other people start out and they were kind of doing the same thing, but they
Well,
weren't taking the time to study and like figure things out or like, you know, figure out yourself and what content you want to bring. They're kind of trying to generically copy others, which
Well,
learn from others, but don't, you know, always copy them.
yeah. We were also going we were basing part of our metric off of our brother Boss Arcade that you saw earlier in my brother's stream before this with the,
Well, and Twitch
the
was
Reaper.
I think Twitch was
because-
harder, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Or I guess it goes
I
both
think-
ways. It
I
goes both
think-
ways.
so I think Twitch is still just as hard, except we've learned to utilize, like, you've really been
We've
utilizing TikTok, but we're trying to utilize other social medias, and we had such a great community on Mixer that has followed us over, that it's made it feel like Twitch isn't that hard, even though it really actually is. We're just fortunate enough that we did what we did, where we did, and when we did it.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, Twitch is still difficult. Don't compare yourself to us or to Dr. Disrespect or, well, that's a bad one now because he got banned, but, you know, don't compare yourself to Nick Merckx or Ninja or
Okay.
or
Don't
Musty
compare
or,
yourself
you know,
to Larry. Like we can't all be a llama that like transcends time and space. You just gotta accept the facts that you're an amazing person, that you're a human, and you have awesome potential. And if you have questions
Yes.
about streaming, you want to know things, hit us up, message us, hit me up on Twitter, hit the like any one of us, and we will get you back the blue
Yes,
thin line. Welcome.
Yes, hello back. Good to see you. Base, we'll let you pick the color. We'll give you that if you hit your goal. But oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. I totally spaced out. Mr.
We were
Peepers,
just
it's your
talking
fault.
about just not comparing yourself to others, but I think that's the
Yeah.
thing is like I feel there's like having gone to college and having gotten like a ministerial degree and like a minor in counseling, I always feel like in certain traditions or in certain belief systems or organizations that there's always boss, assistant manager, manager, and like there's always this, and it's like we're all
The
streamers.
hierarchy.
Yeah, the hierarchy. We're all on the same level. We're all learning. We're just at different parts in our process depending on how you measure the metrics. But at the end of the day, we're all human and we're all trying to find our way in this amazing world of Twitch
Yes.
and the streaming community and just content creation in general. Like keep that in mind because I've made that mistake too, or like I fanboy over someone. Because they're an amazing content creator because of the way that they make me feel. And it's like they started out just like I did.
Yeah.
Or
And
sharks.
that's
Yeah,
just it.
exactly.
Dude, I'm not gonna drop names because I still love these people, but there's people that I remember we met on Mixer who were just starting out at the beginning point, and we were a little bit, we had our few hundred or whatever at that point.
Yeah.
And they've now like blown way past where we're at now,
Well, can I at least mention one? Can I at least mention one, please?
Yeah.
Please.
Is it the
I was
one
gonna
I'm thinking?
say Giggle Autumn.
Yep.
Like literally on Apex. I remember when Giggle Autumn
She's
had like
goated on.
346 followers and we were following her
Yeah.
on Mixer and she wasn't sure if she was gonna be good or successful. Like I remember that because we were kind of like I think we had bumped into her and we started following her and she would host
Yeah,
us.
I
and
found
stuff.
her playing Dead by Daylight.
That's
and
right.
met her and her twin sister. And because I have twin redheads and her and her sister are twin redheads, we had that connection.
Well,
So
we had
right
the
away,
family
we got to
game
build a
night, yeah.
friendship. And I still talk to Giggle and still drop in her stream.
Yeah,
She's an
I was in
awesome
there the other
content
day.
creator.
She's the #1 caustic player of
Is it NA
Yeah.
or the entire world? I can't remember.
like in the entire world, if I'm not mistaken.
She's a
It's
top
either
Apex
US.
player.
Yeah, but either way, she's like the
Um,
#1 one. She literally was able to quit her job and do it.
Yeah.
And so to me, like what we said, that she has 4.9 followers. And so like literally, we're just like we knew she had potential. Wait, what are you laughing at? Yeah.
Because you said she has 4.9 followers.
Did I?
You forgot the K.
4.9 thousand followers. 4.9K. Okay.
Like there's a 0.9 follower.
Dude, my mouth tastes weird, okay? Let me just preface that, okay? But okay, she used to have 4.9 followers on Mixer,
Sorry,
but now
that's
on
way too
Twitch she
funny.
has 4.9. But like it just goes to show if you put in the time and the hard work, you can grow. You can make this a living. You can make it happen. You just gotta set those goals, celebrate those goals and the victories, get your community involved, get involved, and like make that your push, make that your passion. And I guarantee you in the end, like if they can do it, so can you. If we can do it, if a crazy kid run over by a tractor at the age of 2.5, struggles with ADHD and PTSD and all those other issues, who grew up on a dairy farm with Rilla Rose and two of her sisters, can do this, so can you. Not that you should do all those things so you can get to the same level. Like do not get run over by a tractor. Do not like
Nope, don't do it.
if you're at where you're at, like work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like looking into my soul. Like that's
Yes, Lady
freaky.
Yak. He is Mr. Peepers. Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're dorks, okay? We like doing goofy stuff.
Yeah.
I like to have
We
fun.
love having fun around here. I tell you what, like I think that was the biggest thing too for us is we discovered like if games are making us super ragey and we're just angry
Yes.
and we're not having fun, then stop playing. Walk away.
Yeah.
It is okay. If you don't, I guarantee you this. You're gonna feel miserable, you're gonna be burned out, and you're gonna start associating your rage and anger with streaming, which is not
Yes.
a good situation. You want to have fun. If you're not having fun,
I did that.
I think
Yeah.
we've all had our days where we snap though. I swear when we first started out, there was days where I got like, we both have gotten pretty livid.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Well,
mean, like we've learned from it.
that comes with learning your boundaries and what to do and that kind of thing. But and that's another great point to bring up for goals too. Don't think that if you're getting involved in streaming that you have to play Fortnite or that you have to play Among Us. You don't have to play the hottest title.
Yeah.
In fact, YakPom is a great example, and I'm sure you'll give a little more on this in a second here. But YakPom went for something kind of niche where he was trying to play more games that weren't as big and
Yes,
weren't as
indie games,
saturated
strategic
with
marketing.
streamers. So
Dan Lewis,
he would go through
you're
and
not ugly. You're an awesome, amazing person.
He-
Don't ever say that about yourself, bro.
he would check different stream categories, different games that he enjoyed, but that might not be so popular. And he would say, okay, there's this many people streaming here, which isn't a lot. Most of them don't have a face cam. I can take this over. And he'd go in and get a whole bunch of follow that day. So don't think you have to play the biggest thing or the newest game, or you have to have a super expensive $5,000 camera and a $2,000 microphone
Dude,
and
I
a $3,000
remember,
PC. Like, you don't need all that stuff. Make
I
good
did-
goals for yourself and find things that work for you to help you reach those goals.
I did what was called strategic marketing or strategic
Yes.
streaming. And
So I
Strategery!
remember strategery, yes. But I remember, like, I would do this. I would be in the middle of a stream and I'd be like, well, guys, what should I stream? And I would literally go on Mixer. I would look at games that had 100 or less people in it. Because on Mixer, the best part of it being an Xbox thing was that you could stream directly from your Xbox and there was no camera on like 90% of the people in these ones. And they had a lot of people following. I had gotten a camera. And I realized that if you're playing horror games or you're playing indie games or unique games, you can easily get an audience because people be like, hey, he has a camera and I can see that person.
I can watch
And
him
so I
freak
would
out and wet his pants.
intentionally jump into those games and start playing. And by the time they ended, 9 out of 10 times I'd either get rated or they'd be like, yeah, I was just checking out so and so. And I realized I was like, wow, there's a ginormous community here of all these people who don't have a camera who are streaming. Not that you have to have one. If you are a super engaging personality, super talkative,
Yes.
like you can be super successful. An amazing example of this. The person who has no face
There
is
is.
Sassy Kitten.
Oh,
Sassy
that's a
Kitten
good example. Yeah.
Has never shown her face on stream.
But she does a
ever.
great job of building a community.
And she's
She's great
has
with the
like
followers.
over a few thousand followers
Yeah.
From Mixer who followed her back on Twitch. But like that's the one thing I admire about her is I was like, people are like, well, you need to have a camera, you need to do this and that. And it's like,
No, you don't.
go talk with Sassy Kitten. Like, I guarantee you, like everybody, every time you go into that stream, you feel welcome. You feel encouraged and like you're part of it. And that's
Yeah.
the other thing is engagement. But like it just goes to show like you can make all the excuses you want in the world. But like at the end of the day, someone overcame that excuse, and if they can do it, so can you.
That's
Yo,
right. Hey, so Lynn, how you doing, bud? Hope you've been
Oh, you
doing
didn't
well.
miss it, Recruit. I almost
Um,
thought about canceling the podcast just due to everything going on with the pepper. Because like I do want to edit the video and I do want to do a few more things, but I haven't done it yet. You're sore, dude. My mouth feels sore, but why are you sore?
Yeah, that Reaper's gonna burn for a little bit. But yeah, I was gonna say on that note with the no cam thing, I know a Twitch partnered streamer who lives here in our state, and he does great. His
Mr.
His
Peepers
stream
is amazing.
is so great. And no, it's not Mr. Peepers.
I'm just I'm doing as good as I can, Recruit. Honestly, my
Mr.
stomach is still kind of churning, but
Mr. Peepers isn't an undercover streamer. His name is Kings, actually. Capital K, double I, NGS King. But he has more of an adult broadcast. So, you know, if you're not quite into a little more of the rude jokes and stuff, don't go there. But he is a great content creator. I saw one picture of him that he told everyone we could dig up on Instagram. He told us to go look. He has one picture online of himself. That's it. He's never run a face cam. He literally just has the cam. He has some really fun overlays, and he's just a hilarious guy with the perfect radio voice. Now, you don't have to have the perfect radio voice, but I'm just saying that's just a couple examples of people who have like if you told them you need a face cam to stream, they would be like, I don't need that. Like, yeah, right. I can prove you wrong. You rolled your car. Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
like-
glad you're alive, first of all.
Yeah, like if you just rolled your car and you're hopping at our stream, like please take care of the car first. I'm just gonna say
Wow.
that right now. Like we love having you here in the community here, but if you've done something crazy, like or something's going on in your life, like please take care of yourself. I'm perfectly fine.
Yes.
Good, glad. I hope your car is okay though. I know like winter repairs. Good. Okay. I was gonna say like
Well,
Ooh,
a lot of you know
that's
my
good too.
tales and stories on the road back when I lived in North Dakota, and let me tell you, I do not miss it. Getting those flats and hitting a bird and
Never again.
Yes, I've I've had some fun and hairy encounters on the ice.
Goodbye, combat.
I can't tell all of them live on stream, but I've lived a little bit.
Maybe one of these days we'll do that, like hitting the road. We'll tell some car stories and like our best
Oh, that would
practices
be a
for
good
hitting off
one.
the New Year strong.
I
I don't
mean, we're
know.
still in January. We got all of February yet. For us, winter's full bore yet. So that would be a good one for
Oh,
one of the upcoming broadcasts here.
dude, that time with the truck, and then I remember you still lived at home. Oh
Oh
man,
my gosh,
I
yes.
we let's put that in our pocket and
We're gonna
save that for
save
the
that. I
end.
really want to tell it, but we'll save that because that's a
Yeah,
good one.
oh man, and oh the irony of that one too. I just tell you what.
Yeah, that anyway, that's a golden one you guys got to tune in for in one of these
Yes.
next upcoming podcasts. Not necessarily next week, but it's possible.
Yeah, I will be. I will say I will be dropping
Have I heard the word?
last week's podcast this
I
week,
have
and
not.
then we're gonna have a kind of a little bit of a behind schedule here of like if you want it sooner, it'll be live when we record it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a 1 week delay.
Well, so what we figured out, I've been having sleep issues, and GoPom was just super busy this last week, which is why the audio was delayed. And
Yeah,
the YouTube
very
video
true.
was also way more delayed than I wanted. But what I'm gonna try to do is we figured out that I can like rip the audio, edit it down, and just send it over to GoPom to
Yeah,
load up
and I can
to a
post
few of
it.
the
Yeah.
platforms. And so I'm gonna be trying to tackle both of those edits later Saturday, early Sunday kind of thing, just because I don't stream Sundays now, and it's nice to have that day to just kind of wake up and casually just edit. I love editing; it's so much fun for me. So
Are we going to game today? Unfortunately, we are not. We will tomorrow. Like today, I have
bird,
a lot to
bird.
catch up on, and I just mental wellness and physical wellness go hand in hand. I feel like if I get
They
super
do.
ragey with games and I get like inflamed or something, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to tempt the fate of the pepper. I just want to remain cool and calm. And
No,
plus my cats miss me. Like they're not allowed in this room. So I feel like I've been neglecting them all day today. We gotta spend some time with them. And I want to get the video set up and done. Um Gosh, that's the other hard part. I think that's the other thing with setting goals too, is setting manageable goals. That's something we really didn't talk about, but I do want to touch on it here a little bit.
we
Is
kind of.
that being ADHD, like attention deficit hyperactive disorder, I have a million ideas going off in my head. It's just something that comes with being me. And it's like, I want to do this. What is realistic? What can I actually accomplish in this week? Is this a long-term goal or short-term goal? And I think like making videos and doing the podcast and stuff, like we stream it, but getting it edited and out there, like it takes time. And I think it's okay to just be like, hey guys, we're not doing this, or I can't do this today because we're working on this, or I just need some time off. And never apologize for doing the right thing that's right for you. If it's mental health, if
Yes,
you're taking time off, or if you need more time. I
absolutely
mean, I just want to say, like, can you imagine if the dev team had more time with Cyberpunk?
right.
People
But
wanted it sooner, and that's what they got, and it's like, then you gotta be grateful for it.
that's one of my big griefs or gripes with modern games is they set such unrealistic goals for release dates, and then they've got all these problems and stuff. You're better off just stepping back for a minute if you need to. Take care of
That's what
yourself. You're not a big game company. You don't have multi-million-dollar contracts on the line. You know, if if you can't stream for a day, you've set a goal to stream on.
you gotta take some time to
It's
enjoy the bread you
okay.
make.
It's okay. Because you know what? The people that love you and that you're connecting with, if you're taking the time to interact with them and be friends with these people, because I'm friends with everybody here in chat, as far as I'm concerned, like you guys aren't just the number, you're people. You
Yeah,
can
there's
make
people
fun of
there's
me.
stories and
I can make
names
fun of
behind every
you.
person.
Are any of us real? Fox. You're a hoot. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, like just don't be afraid to take care of yourself. It's important. One of the big mistakes a lot of new streamers make,
we made it, oh my gosh.
I've never did. Yeah, I was totally guilty of this. Put in too much time. Put in too much time. Too much effort. There's,
we all
you
want to be
know,
Deadpool. Give it my maximum effort. It's like, no,
we
be cool and chill like Spider-Man and like walk down the avenue and like
we all want to succeed, but don't push yourself so hard that you break and walk away from it, you know? That's part of the manageable goals that you want to set up for yourself. Make sure they're goals you can attain, and make sure that you're not going to just like burn out, wear
dude, that's
yourself out getting
awesome.
there. You know?
I'm hoping to stop by to more of those. I feel bad because when people are streaming at the same time, like I can lurk,
Good.
but it's like my goal is to like stop by one person's stream per a week and hang out for like some time as much as I can. But like it is super hard because everybody streams at super different times, and so that's my honest thing. And like that to me, that is a manageable goal. And if I don't get to you that week, you know, like I'm not going to be upset about it. And I hope you're not either. Like I
Yeah.
understand you have a life too. I don't expect you to be at all my streams. Like
Yeah,
Deadpool
everybody's got
3
a
when
life.
Wade meets Larry. Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez. Bro, I had to giggle there for a minute. Are you still holding and eating bread? Like, oh
I
man.
have a toast to the good chat, a good stream. Here.
Oh, it's not
Let
even
us break
toasted.
bread and do this in remembrance of Larry. No.
Jeez.
Hey, before you get upset, I graduated with a ministerial degree in minor in counseling, so I can get away with this. It's okay.
That's right.
We don't address those things on here. We're pretty chill, pretty open stream with those things. But yeah,
Yeah, we try to
we have
stay
llamas and monkeys. Like
neutral
try to keep
on
things
religion
kosher.
and politics, because we all come from different backgrounds. We're all going to disagree on different things, but
But the
religion and
one thing
politics
we
are big
can
hot
agree
topics, so
on
we avoid them.
is not to do the Carolina Reaper challenge. Just don't. Honestly, like I think that's the best piece of advice I can give you for today. If you're thinking of doing it, don't do it. Just give it up. It's not worth it.
Well, now that everybody knows I'm getting the leftover ones from you, now everyone's going to be waiting for me to do it. So,
Oh,
ooh.
dude. Well, at least I know how to help you this time. Like we'll have an IV bag and
Big boss.
nursing staff right there.
See, I'm a seasoned like food connoisseur. I know a few things about hot. So if you
Boss.
had told me you didn't buy milk for this challenge,
The thing is, I had ice cream, which had dairy, so I figured it was a win-win because I could eat the ice cream later and reward myself.
and I
That
think
way
you
I have the
did
vanilla
mention that, but it's
for
like,
suffering, and then I have the chocolate for the sweet victory to celebrate it. See, that's what the podcast is all about, is celebrating chocolate ice cream. I don't know why
yes.
I'm getting so like why I'm getting so spirited with this. But I mean, I will say the boss is like, I disagree about disagreeing with you. So I don't know.
Right.
It made me pretty heated, made me pretty mad.
Well, bro, I know your guts are probably still tearing you up, and we've
Yeah.
definitely hit over our hour mark here, and I got to edit all this up here yet. I'm
Yeah.
hoping to start editing stuff today. Like I said, I got to put. I'm trying to be like as realistic as possible, 2 to 4
Yeah, I
hours
was
to
gonna
rebuild my
say,
Mix It Up bot. So
audio podcast. The audio podcast will be released a week later from the date that it is filmed. So like it's not going
fair
to be
enough.
that following Sunday. We're going to be one delayed behind because that's currently the schedule we're in now. So that way we have enough time, because otherwise Yak and I are both pretty busy. We're both in a new Twitch realm. I'm just delving into the world of TikTok as well and YouTube. And so you will see a lot more things on YouTube to come. But it's like we got to pace ourselves. And so if you're like, man, I want to see it now, then watch the VOD. Come to the live streams here on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's
Twitch TV
right.
or twitch.tv/nautical yak 1945 and Twitch TV, or excuse me, twitch.tv !SSGOHPOF. Links will be included in the description.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, you guys stay fantastic. Set yourself a few goals that will make your life a little bit better that you know you can reach. And let us know how those go in coming streams.